Hi, Tracy Williams here. Your success coach, your results expert. Do you ever catch yourself thinking or even speaking judgments about someone else? You know, those obvious flaws that they have. Maybe you're in a grocery store and there's a very overweight woman and you look in her grocery store and think to yourself, well, of course, no wonder. Look at what she's buying. Or you see a street person that's begging and you think to yourself, he ought to just get off his lazy you-know-what and get a job. Or maybe it's somebody that's really angry all the time, very bitter. And you feel like you're being sympathetic, but you think to yourself, boy, he must have had a really, really bad childhood. That's judgment. You know, at times, even the best of us judge others in ways that we wouldn't want to be judged. What's interesting is those subconscious and automatic judgments of others are often deep reflections of parts of us that we don't love, parts of us that we judge in ourselves. These judgments seem harmless, and yet they're not. They're parts of us that we have disowned, that we've tried to sweep under the carpet, that we try to ignore, shadow parts of us. This creates a discord and a disconnect between who we really are, a disconnect between our authentic self, and a disconnect from our true and total power. If you think of a jigsaw puzzle, you know very well that unless every single piece is there, it's not complete. Often jigsaw puzzle pieces are funny shaped and kind of grotesque and very often not very attractive all by themselves. And yet, if we don't use every piece of a jigsaw puzzle, the jigsaw puzzle's not complete. You know, it's no different for you or me. Every single aspect of our life, every part that we love, every part that we haven't loved, is part of who we are today. If it wasn't for every single event, every single thing that has happened in our lives, what we consider good or bad, we wouldn't be the person that we are today. We wouldn't be where we are. We wouldn't be having this conversation because one of us wouldn't be in this headspace. And so it's really important that we learn to embrace all of those parts, just like we do the parts of a jigsaw puzzle, because without every single part, you're not complete and you're perfect, just as you are, with all of the parts that maybe you love and maybe you don't love. So recognize those parts in you and be grateful for the role that they've played in who you are today. That's a great place to start. The next step is accepting and embracing them. Possibly forgiveness work is in order here. Once you are no longer burying those parts of you, if you desire to do so, you can begin practicing a different way of thinking, which will allow you to come to a different place in your life. Today, choose one thing about yourself that up until now you've not loved. Look at it possibly as if that aspect belongs to someone else, somebody that you deeply love and deeply care about and deeply respect. I think that'll give you a different perspective of that aspect. And now bring it back to you and continue loving it. Forgive it if it's something that you feel that you need to forgive. But don't brush it under the carpet any longer. Love it, embrace it, accept the fact that the beautiful person that you are today is because of everything, the good, the bad, and the ugly. Here's to the wonder of who you are, just as you are.